Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going fantastic and your journey to self-betterment is going better than fantastic as well. Today I wanted to talk about something very important. And that's about a sad incident that happened in Colombia a few weeks back that I mentioned briefly a few videos ago. And I mentioned how I wanted to look more into the story. And the reason why will become more understandable when you have a chance to watch the last videos made by a man named Timothy Reed. You see, Timothy Reed was a man that seemed to be out there trying to do the right things from what we can briefly tell. I know. There's no way to know. But from the little information we have, he seemed like a normal, decent guy trying to make something of himself in this world in a positive way. He was apparently a good cook, as he was trying to open up a restaurant in Colombia. It appears he saved his money and was attempting to not only buy a restaurant, but also some apartments above the restaurant, so he would have a place to live, and be able to collect rent from those that would be renting from him. Well, sadly he lost his life. At first it was said to be a robbery over his gold chain. A chain that wasn't very big at all. And this man's attitude wasn't that of a show-off. But then other reports came out that some men on a motorcycle quickly pulled up and ended Timothy Reed's life and that it wasn't robbery related. Now I will say this. It appears they, meaning the authorities, are still trying to piece together the case. And I do hope that true justice happens for this man that lost his life and his family as well. But one thing I would guess would be a point of concern or something that will be looked at, are Timothy's videos he made during his journey in trying to buy the restaurant and the apartments. And please go and watch these videos of him talking. I think you will understand why these videos grabbed me and made my mind think about things. As I think it will for you as well. Actually, I want to just take a step back and say, I not only watched this man's last videos, I also watched several hour-long podcasts talking about this sad event. As many of these people are frequent travelers to Colombia and other foreign countries. And there were a great many things that these people said that really touched me in regards to what we talk about here. Regarding narcissists and other dangerous people. But one thing I want to focus on in today's video. And I think it will be apparent when you watch this man's last videos. It was sad that basically that when some of these people talking. In this case they were referring to men. But it could be anyone really. But when they first stepped off the plane in Colombia, they were overtaken on how beautiful the country was. How nice and kind the people were. How the food was so good. And all things just seemed new. Remember that word. Now again. Though this can happen to anyone. Anyone. I want to use the example of being a man like these men going to such a place for a new. There's that word new start. And you can make this fit in an example that works for you. You see, prices in most Western countries have gone up so high that if you make an average living, you won't be seen as someone that can support a family. Thus many men are pretty much invisible to a good majority of Western women. Simply because their average income doesn't translate into what one would call a super easy life with tons of extras if one were to get married and have a family. So a great many of these men go to such places because they know their dollar will go further and they might just have a chance at having what they could have had if it were the 1950s or the 1960s. The chance and the ability to have a together family. Wife. Son. Daughter. And possibly a family business such as a restaurant. Now with anything. Yes. Bad people go to such places too. Believe it or not. Both men and women alike. But I think the vast majority are looking for an escape to their problems at home. Such as not having a loving relationship and the chance to actually build something. So they look for a way to make that happen. And a great many. In this case, men to go to such countries in hopes they can make that dream a reality. Now I want to stop here for just a moment. Escaping your situation and looking for love somewhere else reminds us of what? It reminds us of what? It reminds us of us. This is no different than when we were growing up. We would call this new friend our brother or sister, right? When in reality this person has a family with real brothers and sisters. And we believed this great friendship we had with this person meant we were somehow just as close as a real brother or sister. Nope. Sadly it wasn't like that, and we had to find out the hard way, right? And that's why I say this example with these men can be translated to all of us here. We've all hoped so hard that this relationship would be the relationship that would be forever. We didn't get any love in our homes, and here comes this new person and we put more into who they were than was really there. Why? Because just like when these men stepped off the plane in Colombia, they were in a dream world. These men talked about how easy it was to get caught up and drop their guard. Because everything seemed so new. And so perfect. You see, there are many people that jump in the ocean to go for a swim. But since we now have good aerial cameras, you can clearly see dangerous sharks swimming right by people that have literally no clue that there is a dangerous shark next to them. You see, when you jump into the ocean to swim, you enter the food chain no matter if you like it or not. And there are several eyes on you looking and sometimes even stalking you. But you have no idea because of the bliss of the experience you are having from swimming in this tropical ocean. Just the same, if you get off the plane in a new part of the world, yes, there are nice people there. Just like there are nice people in other parts of the world. But please know there are eyeballs on you. Even if you aren't flashing. Even if you are low-key. Even if you are so-called doing everything right. And because things are going so well. Way better than where we are from. Meaning the interactions are friendly. And honestly, though there are some decent people in the West, it seems like the friendly aspect of things has gone downhill some. So having people want to talk to you and being friendly with you can be overwhelming in the same way we felt when the narcissists love bombed us. And even if it's legit and these people are being nice, the people that are in such places are setting themselves up to get taken by someone bad because they are swept away by the paradise effect that they can't and won't see danger coming when it does. And even if they see it coming, they double down like we did when the narcissists let their mask slip. We didn't want to give such a good situation up. Much like many of these people didn't want to give up their paradise. And that's where the self-doubt comes into play. And that's why I want you to please go watch Timothy Reed's last videos. You will see the gut instincts coming into play. Yet him still moving forward. He even mentioned how he was having problems trusting one of the people he gave a large sum of money to in these business dealings. And he mentioned he was recording some of these business dealings for his safety. And I think this is a good place to stop. Because I want us to talk about what you see in these videos. Because the short answer of what I see is I see us. I see us. The wanting to believe so bad that it will work out. When our gut is screaming at us to run. And there are layers to that as well that I want to talk about too. The simple fact is people being love-starved. It's the primer and it's all the narcissist needs to get their hooks into us and love bomb us and take us for everything we have. Sadly, in some cases it can spell the end for one's very life. With that said, please go and find Timothy Reed's final videos. And we'll talk. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.